Hey golfers, PGA teaching professional Todd Kolb here with another segment of Teaching with Technology. And today we're talking about one of my favorite subjects, and that is the proper way to shift pressure, or what you might feel as weight, on your feet at different points of the golf swing. So I'm going to focus on two specific spots: top of the backswing and impact. And then I'm going to give you a drill here at the end to kind of implement this information. So basically, here's what we're talking about. As you watch this swing play here, what you'll see is when I get the club to the top of the backswing, there's an equal balance in terms of pressure on my trail foot, the right foot, in terms of heel and toe. And I have maybe a little bit more pressure on the heel, but for the most part, the entire foot is nice and connected to the ground. Now, as we shift into the impact zone, as we start to move into contact, of course, that pressure shifts to the lead foot, the left foot, and once again, you'll notice that the entire left foot, the lead foot, is nice and grounded. We don't ever want to be in our toes. We don't ever want to be all of our weight on our heels. So the thing to take away from here is that at the top of the swing, the entire foot's on the ground. Equal pressure throughout the foot, maybe a little bit more on the heel. As you work into impact, you want to feel that lead foot nice and planted so you have good contact with the ground and can make a good impact position. So one of my favorite ways to practice this is what we call the drag foot, drag club drill. Pretty simple. Take your regular setup, start to drag the club back slowly, and as you're dragging the club, you're going to also drag your lead foot until the club reaches the top position. At that point, you're going to feel a lot of pressure on the middle of your right foot, your trail foot. Now, as you start to swing forward, your arms and the club go forward, you're going to step forward with the lead foot. You're going to plant it into the ground so you have a good plant, good connection with the ground at impact, and you'll notice that the pressure is in the middle of the foot. It's a great way to get the feel for what we're talking about. So at the end of the day, I want you to feel the pressure, or what you might feel as weight, in the middle of the foot on the backswing, also in the middle of the foot, the lead foot at impact. If you do that, you're going to have better contact and hit better quality golf shots. Hey golfers, PGA teaching professional Todd Kolb here with another segment of Teaching with Technology. And today again, I've got my swing catalyst system. And the topic for today is understanding how I can actually, what you might feel is shifting your weight, or what in golf terms we call pressure shift, because there's a little bit of confusion out there for the average viewer and the average golfer. So I've got two examples today here. I've got this first example over here on the right, where I've turned and I've literally moved my upper body off the golf ball, or what you might say behind the golf ball. I've literally tried to shift my weight, shift my head, shift my body to the right side. And at the top of the swing, what you'll notice is I have attained 87% pressure on my right foot. Now that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. I should have more pressure, or what you might feel is more weight, on your right foot. But when I move my head off the golf ball a lot, I also move the bottom of my golf swing. On the left, what I want you to see here is a little bit of a different style. In this particular example, I've kept my head in a much more centered position. Has it moved some? Yes, but not nearly as much as the first example. But even at that, even with a centered turn, I'm able to achieve 76% pressure on my right foot, once again, which you might feel as weight shift or weight on the right foot. So even though I've had a centered turn, I have 76% pressure on my right side. So my body is rotated around and behind the golf ball, so I have something to move into the golf ball and hit it with some force. So the takeaway from today is this: you can get pressure on your right foot. You can get weight shift, which you might feel weight shift on your right side, without moving your upper body all the way off the golf ball. Personally, I think a center turn is better, and I think that you'll find your contact improves if you do that, and you'll certainly be hitting longer and straighter shots. Movement of the head, and rarely, oh, sorry. I need to change that. Let's change this. Take two. And don't, oh, sorry. Thank God that fence is there. That car would have been drilled.